She quit at work because she got comfortable, can't grow when you're comfortable. Are you f***ing stupid? I know you're not f***ing talking. Are you with It Works? How much do you make? Go ahead and please send me your 1099 so I can it on you. You need to, like, when I ask, are you a lifer? I'm asking, are you in this for life? Is it your passion? Is it what you truly love? Are you gonna be a lifer and your kids are gonna be on the streets? Or are you gonna do what's best for you? You know? If you have quitting on the table, you guys hear me say it all the time, you are going to reach for that. Sorry, you are a quitter. You are a quitter. Don't ever blame the business. Don't walk away and be like, I found a better opportunity over here. No, you quit because you're a quitter. That's what you are. And if you quit this, you will most definitely quit that. The shop is elite. And they're not even new. The shop is 37 years old. Like, I think that most people don't know that because I didn't even know that. Like, what I do now is not anything new. They've been around for 37 years. Y'all lie to people. Y'all literally lie left and right. Oh, I made a $4,000 bonus. Guess what? If you don't maintain the next month, you lose the bonus. So you only got $200 of it. You earn the bonus, but if you don't maintain every single month, they're not going to pay you for it. You know what happens with the shop? If you don't maintain, the second you do, they pay out the rest of your bonus. If this isn't for you, leave. There's no need to complain. There's no need to moan and whine. Leave. If this is not for you, leave. I will tell you, there's two types of people. There's the type of person that takes ownership of the things that are going on around them and realizes that they are in control of how they choose to move forward. And then there's the type of person that plays victim to every single thing. And instead of taking ownership of the things that they can do to change their situation, they play the blame game. They play that victim mentality and they try to find things to poke at, to blame, so that they can sleep better at night. Because God forbid you take ownership of your own failures and try to make a change. You'd rather blame things. So you're going to have people that quit and go on to complain about the opportunity. I could go all day long talking about the amount of times that company broke my heart into pieces and completely took the wind out of my sails. But I'll just say, you made too many changes. Money-wise, product-wise, charting-wise. Like, I know all the ins and outs of that company. I could really take a fat shit on them, but I choose not to. Because I still got people that I love that do it. That by age 25, I had made my first million. And I think about, like, the amount of joy that I had because of my own accomplishments. How could I ever walk away from that? I had girls that struggled for years to make $500 a month come over here and in their first month make between $1,000 and $2,000. It's just what you're going through, and you have to make that decision to say, I'm going to push forward because I love myself enough to work hard and reap those benefits. I made that money because I put that work in. I did that work. I missed out on my kids. I was working 16-hour days. I was going without sleep. I was going without showers. I was going without a life to work that hard. I've seen a lot of people think that the grass is greener on the other side. You know, maybe if I go do this opportunity, that's fine and dandy. But what it comes down to, y'all, is your mindset. What you are willing to put in is what you'll get out. And so you need to ask yourself today, am I working to my full potential? Am I putting in what this business truly deserves? Am I working hard enough to even be able to receive $10,000 a month? I did the same thing for 2 years. And I would cry. I would cry to the leadership and say, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You just need to work harder. You need to work harder. You need to think about, what am I putting in that deserves a promotion? What am I putting in that deserves for me to promote to Diamond? And once you start thinking that way, you realize, like, okay, it's not the business that's failing. Your business is not failing you. You are failing your business. And it's not something to get offended over. It's not something to get huffy puffy and upset about. I cannot stand It Works riders. The truth of the matter is, It Works changed in 2019. When all of corporate switched over, it changed. The compensation plan changed, the charting changed, and the BV changed. And they were their distributors in the ass. So if your dream is to do well with this and your dream is to be a successful entrepreneur, just put in the work. Put in the work and take quitting off the table. And a lot of us were very loyal. And when we didn't fit that mold of perfection, you were looked at like you were flawed. It's like a cult.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing an anti-MLM reaction video. So of course, just as a disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and just my opinions. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to the same It Works Now Melaleuca rep that I reacted to a few weeks ago. And as I've stated multiple times, I have reacted to her in a previous video back in 2020, I believe, when she was still with It Works. She was not happy with people quitting or leaving It Works. But yeah, so we're gonna go over a new video that popped into my bubble. I have had to bleep out quite a number of words from it. So if there's a bunch of yelling and then silence, it's because I muted the curse words because there are quite a number. She, in this video, was the epitome of I am not the one. And this is just to kind of give a brief, just quick explanation because I don't want any reps coming over here and saying, oh, well, you cut out most of her live. You're taking it out of context because you don't have the whole live. The reason why I am not reacting to the entire live stream that she did on Instagram is simply because a lot of it was personal information, something that she is going through. And she was very upset in the live video, and that has nothing to do with anti-MLM education or anything to do with what we're going to be talking about today. So I am leaving out everything else that she talked about, which was, like I said, personal things going on. I understand she put it on a public platform. I get that. But that is none of my business. That is her thing. That is what she has to deal with. And I don't want to, I guess you can say, because my channel is monetized, I don't want to profit off of her pain and whatever she's going through, if that makes sense. So I hope that you guys can understand that we're just going to be going over the It Works portion. And also, I don't think that you guys would find it interesting. I mean, maybe some people would because some people do like drama and stuff like that, but that's not what we're going over today. So without further ado, now that this intro is so long, I've been trying to kind of keep my intros a little bit shorter, but without further ado, let's just get into it.
Quit It Works because she got comfortable, can't grow and you're comfortable. Are you stupid? I know you're not talking. Are you with It Works? How much do you make? Go ahead and please send me your 1099 so I can on you. I made so much money over there. I didn't get comfortable. I'm married to a narcissist who is me. I'm married to somebody that stole from me to the point that the 2 houses that I bought with It Works money and that I invested in and that money I put into the bank to buy me another house in cash was wiped out from underneath me. I no longer had that motivation to work. So I wasn't comfortable. I was on the brink of death. So go yourself. Idiot. I cannot stand It Works writers. The truth of the matter is It Works changed in 2019. When all of corporate switched over, it changed. The compensation plan changed, the charting changed, and the BV changed. And they were their distributors in the...
Okay, so I know that I'm not that far into it, but I did want to pause it before I forget to say this a little bit later. She did say something personal in the beginning, but when I was talking in the intro about not adding in the rest of it, there's a lot more to what's going on currently in this time when she's doing this live stream. But yeah, so she kind of went over her, not really went over, but she just mentioned what she's kind of going through and who's kind of, I guess you could say, the culprit of all of the things that have currently happened in her life. But someone commented something about her getting comfortable with It Works, and that's why she left. Then she, of course, was not very happy about that comment, and she did say the whole show me your 1099 and things like that. When she started going over the what changed in 2019. This is something that a lot of MLM reps, from what I've noticed, well, okay, let me not generalize because not every single MLM rep is the same. And some of them are very aware of things that are going on. But for the reps that are not aware, because you are an independent contractor, you don't have control over what the company decides. If the company decides to come out with a new product, you have no control over that. You are meant to market that product and sell that product. Along with that, you don't have control over the compensation plan. If they decide to change something, if they decide to amend something, you most likely, I said this in my last video, I'd have to double check it, but most likely there are terms and conditions when you sign up. And for all of the MLM deep dives that I've done, I've tried to kind of look over a lot of the policies and procedures and the terms and conditions. And a lot of them do in fact state there that they can amend this at any time. So if you sign off on that, you're signing off on, yeah, I understand that this can change, which means that you are agreeing to any type of changes within the company. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that these MLM reps are independent contractors for these companies. If the company decides to go ahead and change something, they can.
You're over there making pennies and want to stick up for this company. You look stupid. Like, I know you cannot be that dumb. And I know you work a 9 to 5, so you're going to sit here and stick up for a company that you can't even replace your 9 to 5 with? And you're going to talk to somebody that made $2 million over there? Talking about she got comfortable. Don't fucking talk to me about being comfortable. Like, I tried to be classy and I tried to leave with grace from that company, but for sakes, the riders are annoying as y'all lie to people. Y'all literally lie left and right. Oh, I made a $4,000 bonus. Guess what? If you don't maintain the next month, you lose the bonus. So you only got $200 of it. You earn the bonus, but if you don't maintain every single month, they're not going to pay you for it. You know what happens with the shop? If you don't maintain, the second you do, they pay out the rest of your bonus. If the bonus isn't paid in full, most of them are, but they did double bonuses. With the double bonuses, if you did not maintain, so for 1 month I didn't maintain and then the next month I did, they gave it all back to me. It works could never. Shut the f up. Right idea, wrong bitch. Like, I know all the ins and outs of that company. I could really take a fat shit on them, but I choose not to. Because I still got people that I love that do it.
She says that she still has people that she loves that do it. So I would be very curious to know if those people are supportive in her decision to leave It Works and go to Melaleuca, just because we have seen this in the past where when you leave, this happened to me, I've said this so many times, but when you leave the MLM, that sisterhood, those friends that you had, the family atmosphere that you had no longer exists when you leave the MLM. And I think that it would be especially, I guess, a stronger feeling if you were to leave the MLM and go to another one. This rep is very worked up, very upset. And this person, she said that there were a lot of It Works reps that come out and they kind of say these things to her all the time. She did build a very large team. She made a lot of money for It Works, which means that for her to say that, oh, I made $2 million when I worked for the company, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that was $2 million in sales or $2 million in profit. From what a lot of people have told me, a lot of people that have messaged me, DM me, commented on past videos of her, as I've said multiple times, from what they have said and from what has been alleged to me, her attitude towards her team wasn't exactly the greatest. I don't know. I wasn't part of her team, so I can only speculate and kind of just bring to light the stories that have been told to me. But I'm sure a lot of us can relate to going through a situation and just having the wrong person say the wrong thing and getting upset. I know that for those of you watching that were on this reps team, have heard about this reps team, and maybe have even gotten into some kind of argument with this rep. I know that you're probably going to say that I'm being too fair, but again, I was not on her team. I don't know her, so I can only bring forward the stories and comments and stuff that have been told to me.
But don't come on here talking about me like you know me or my situation. Did all the top leaders tell you that? Like they always post, oh, people leave It Works because they got comfortable. People leave It Works even though they made so much money. They just stopped working. Or they just hate it. Maybe they're tired of telling their friends to spend a bunch of money on products that are going to sit on their counter because they actually don't need them. You actually don't need $70 coffee. That's going to make you shit your brains out, just like McDonald's coffee will, for $1 every morning. Or maybe we don't want to keep telling people to pay $49 for a tub of greens that they can order on Amazon for $12. Oh, so if you're really that smart when it comes to marketing, you would get yourself into something that actually sells. So that was my cue to leave. That was my cue to dip. The only thing I was using was celery and they discontinued that. So yeah, I'm out. Thank you so much. Stupid. You think I left and went to a company that sells body wash, cleaning products, things for children? Why? Because everybody washes their ass and everybody cleans their house. And these are necessities. And so these are things that people are more opted to buy. That's smart. And then when I need to make money before I get paid, I'm going to sell some sex. Not literally, but you know what I mean? Because that always sells. That's smart. You're on here defending a company that is probably paying you $37 a month. As a ruby? Or are you a diamond that lost rank 2 years ago? Get the out of here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm usually not like this, but you really tried me on the right night. I'm a diamond leader. You were a diamond leader, babe. And you lost it. You literally lost rank the next month.
I am cutting out a lot of the pauses because there are quite a number of pauses. I did this in the last video as well. But yeah, that was a lot. She does have a point when talking about It Works. And I have said this in previous videos that I don't even know how It Works is still operating. The wrap was really, you were just losing water weight. You weren't actually losing body fat or anything like that. So after that, I feel like the reputation would kind of be tarnished a little bit, but they do have other products, so I'm assuming that that's kind of what got them back up and running. I don't know. I just feel like It Works is kind of, I mean, there was a hype around it once, and now it's just kind of like, meh. With that said, she did have a good point saying that she left It Works, which is a very specific niche type of marketing, and went to Melaleuca, which I'm not praising Melaleuca. I'm not saying it's a good MLM. I don't believe in MLMs. I don't want to buy from MLMs. So I'll never ever praise one. But in this situation, she does have a good point that people are always going to buy some of these products, which it's smart to do that. It's smart to go from one where it's very niche to another one, especially with the fact that she said that the bonuses are a lot better and stuff like that. I could understand why she would leave from one to another. I mean, I would love to see her do something else that's not multi-level marketing. She did mention something else, and she's going to go over it in the future part of the video, but she does have an OnlyFans, which, girl, get that coin. I don't have any type of issue with that. And so that's something that she's also doing, which I think that given how many people know her, given her following, it might just be some of her followers, but I do think that she'll also catch the attention of other people because she is a beautiful woman and she is very confident and she is very blunt. And I can see why, if people do subscribe to her OnlyFans, I could definitely see why. And she also is good at marketing. I mean, in the last video that I reacted to, she said that she was not making very good money for 2 years when she was in It Works, for the last 2 years. but she was still somehow selling the opportunity. People were still signing up with her. People were still buying products from her. And that brings up a good point that someone, I believe it was in a DM or it was in a comment. I'm pretty sure it was in a DM, but yes, it was in a DM on Instagram. But the person was saying that she openly admitted to lying to her clients or to her recruits for those 2 years. If she was really that unhappy for 2 years, then she was pretty much lying to people. And I can definitely agree with that. At the same time, I'm going to play devil's advocate here because I have a problem doing that. I can't help it. I do that a lot. But at the same time, she has a family to feed. And while I'm not saying that it's a good thing, I'm not saying it's a good thing. But when you're in an MLM and when you're indoctrinated into this MLM, she herself said in the last video that I reacted to that it is a cult. When you are indoctrinated into something like that, you will do anything for that. You will do anything. And the fact that she did have a family to feed, her current situation with certain things that are going on, I can understand why she would continue to push this opportunity and continue to recruit people. However, she does still have to take accountability for the fact that she may have not been as truthful with her clients and her recruits, potential clients, her audience, her following, whatever. She still needs to take accountability for that. I will give it to her though. She is openly saying all of this. So at least that's a step in the right direction, that she's being open about it, she's being blunt about it, and she's pretty much just laying it all out there. But anyway, let's get back to it.
Yeah. No, it was wonderful the first 5 years. I'm telling y'all, like in 2019, everything changed. The first 5 years were beautiful, wonderful, so good. Compensation plan was bomb. Like, you would sign 2 customers and make $100. Boom. Like, wonderful. After that, everything changed. I blocked her. After I saw she wasn't replying, I blocked her. Oh, yeah. Cat got your tongue? I gave her a solid 2 minutes to fucking write something. She didn't. Bye. Yeah, that's why the celery I got from Amazon is better than that celery, like taste wise, because there's ginger and apple in this one. So you can just find one on Amazon. But I definitely was missing drinking my celery morning. That's why I still do it. And guess what? The one that I got on Amazon is a lot cheaper and a lot more product. And to be honest, if you're with It Works and you're on here and you're like, oh my God, It Works did everything for you. They built you. No, I actually built myself. I put in that work. You want to know why people bought from me? Because they like me. They probably didn't like the products. They just wanted to support me. I could sell toilet paper and they will buy it because they love me. I did that. I built my team. I made that money.
That was a good point that she made about people who were saying that It Works built her and they did so much for her. She made a good point when she said that she built that. She built that team. She built her biz. And I don't agree with calling it a business or being called a business owner or anything like that. You're an independent contractor for a company. However, that's just my opinion. But she made a good point that people were saying It Works built you. No, she put in the legwork. She did that work herself, regardless of if she may have not been as truthful in the past 2 years, because she said that that's kind of when things went downhill, or 3 years, 2 or 3 years. I'm sorry. I don't even know what day it is. But I keep saying 2 years. I think it's because she said 2 years at one point, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Anyway, for anyone to diminish any kind of hard work that she put in, all the amount of hours that she put into her day and things like that, yeah, that was all her. That wasn't It Works. It Works wasn't out here selling the product. She was. It Works wasn't out here selling the opportunity. She was. And I think that a lot of people are upset because she was a higher ranking person and she did just go to a different MLM. We see this a lot when you're kind of shunned in a way. This kind of reminds me, and this might be an extreme example, but this kind of reminds me of when I've heard Leah Remini talk about leaving Scientology, or even other people. I watched the whole Scientology documentary on Netflix, but this just reminds me of people that have talked about Scientology when they left, that they were not just shunned and not able to speak with friends and family, but that they were being harassed. They were being followed. I know it's an extreme example. I get it, but that's what this reminds me of. And in my opinion, Scientology is a cult. So it kind of makes sense. Anyways,
y'all should go to F. It's in my bio. It'll help me out. And you get to see my ass. Yeah, I remember my friend Leah. What did she say? I think it was... Alexa, I love you. Somebody was like, you could literally sell chocolate-covered cockroaches and I would buy it because I love you. No, he's still here. OnlyFans is going really good, actually. Chewing the shit out of my eyes. I know, we're just all on edge right now. And then I have quite a few girls that have subscribed to me because team, so like you can kind of like build a team on OnlyFans. So like I'm like the team leader, and so I can shout you guys out, and my subs, I call them subs, but I should say subscribers, will then go and like subscribe to y'all. And then when you build your page up, you do the same for me and vice versa, and it's really cool. My daily inner dialogue. Yeah. I hate when people get me out of character like that, but shit, once in a while it's needed. But it's like, shut the fuck up. Don't you see I'm already going through it? Like, what is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm surprised I went in like that because I'm literally heavily medicated. Look at my pupils. Yeah. And on these meds, I don't feel much. I don't feel much emotion. It has to really be like about my kids or like hit me in the chest. That type of shit on a like. But guess you got me at the right time. A lot of people have said that. Like, I've had a lot, like, it's actually surprising the support that I've gotten. It's not surprising because you guys really, like, support everything I do. My mom is okay. She needs a surgery for her heart. But y'all really support, like, anything I do. But I was surprised, like, the messages I'm getting from people that are like, you're inspiring me to do the same. Like, I made one and I was too chicken shit, and, like, now I want to, like, show off my mom bod and make some money. I'm like, yeah, like, cool. No, sis literally with it works. And she was always, like, up my ass. So the fact she said that, I'm like, damn, I must have really, like, hit a nerve with you. I must have really pissed you off tonight. Because the fact you just said that to me out of all people, it's not hard. These men literally don't care. They don't. It's just the advertising part, you know? Like, most people want to keep it pretty, like, private from their family and friends and, like, local people. Like, I don't really give a shit. So I post mine on Instagram and Facebook, and I talk about it on TikTok a little bit. But for people that are like, I don't want my family members to see, I don't want, like, people in my town to see, which I completely understand that, then make a Twitter, make a Reddit, post on Reddit, make a Twitter, and, like, make a TikTok where you don't have to show your face, you know? I know, but I'm kind of glad that there's a lot of people on here, because it's like, go subscribe to this. Why don't you be supportive? Why don't you help me out? Because I'm struggling over here. I can't get out of my car. We're just going to laugh away the pain. We're just going to laugh like everything's okay. I just want to be rich again.
I do want to stop it there and just say that I have seen people call OnlyFans kind of multi-level marketing or an MLM, because you can, just like she said, you can build a team. If that's something that you guys would be interested in me kind of looking into, let me know in the comment section below, because that is kind of interesting to me that people are calling it that. I didn't know that OnlyFans, that you could build a team like that. But yeah, let me know if that would be something you'd be interested in the comment section. Something she did say, or she did mention, is people have said that they don't want people in their town knowing, and they don't want to advertise on their social media because people know them, things like that. One thing, this is just an opinion, one thing that I do think people should take into consideration before they start an OnlyFans, and like I said about her just a little bit ago when I said, girl, get your coin, I have no problem with people doing OnlyFans. I do think that people should just take into consideration that this is it's not a willy-nilly type of decision. This is a big decision. I think that OnlyFans has kind of become very, I guess you could say, mainstream, and everybody's starting to do it. It's getting really popular. But you do need to remember that the OnlyFans thing will follow you. Is this something that you're okay with people finding out about? Just because you create a new social media, because you don't want people in your town knowing about it, you don't want your parents knowing about it, it can still get back to them. People can still find it. There, especially if you're from a small town, word travels fast. If one person finds out, everyone's gonna find out. And that's something that I think more people need to talk about, more people that are building teams like how she is. And I think that's what more people should talk about, because yeah, oh, join OnlyFans and stuff like that. But it is, you have to be responsible with that decision. And that's just something that I wanted to say, because while it's not fair, I don't think this would be fair, but when you're applying for a job, they might not hire you if they know about that. And I don't think that's right. I don't. But they might not hire you. And that's just an example. I know that this has nothing to do with the anti-MLM side of things, but I did want to mention that because it is an opinion that I have. If you have an OnlyFans, get your coin. If you're considering one, really think about it. Just because eventually it can, I'm not saying it will, but it can get into the wrong hands, more people find out about it, and then the people that you didn't want finding out about it might actually find out about it, if that makes sense. This next part, as she previously said, that I kind of cut it off where she said that she wants to be rich again, I do have to issue a warning, because she makes mention of depression and things like that, but she also talks about unaliving oneself. If that is something that you cannot listen to, just skip forward.
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, like, people say, like, money doesn't buy happiness, and I'm like, you're a damn lie, because it really does. It absolutely does. Like, I was never this depressed when I was rich. Never. I mean, I definitely, like, had my moments, but I was never like, I'm ready to die at any second. So, you're a liar if you say that. Because the second I hit another lick, I'm literally buying myself a farm, and that's it. Falling off the face of the earth.
Okay, so that's the end of the portion that I wanted to react to, because the rest of it, like I said, is more personal information and things like that. She did make mention of a few personal things in this video, but trust me, the rest of it was really not, I'm not going to share that on here. But she said how she wants to be rich again, and, you know, money does buy happiness and things like that. To an extent, I can kind of agree with her, and it's not me being materialistic or anything like that. But I will say that having money in certain situations is, yeah, it can help. And I'm not saying that it'll equal happiness or being rich or being as rich as like a celebrity or some of these if you have like a trust fund or something. I'm not saying that it'll fix your problems. If you have a chemical imbalance and you need to be medicated for whatever mental illness you have, money is not going to help that in the sense of, oh, if I buy a car, it's going to make me feel, it's going to cure me of whatever mental illness I have. What I'm saying is that if you have the money to get the proper help, to get the proper professional help, yeah, in that situation, money can help. And there was a time in my life where I was in a lot of debt. I had just recently graduated college. I have my MBA, but before I got my MBA, I started paying off my student loans for my bachelor's degree. And it was a very large amount of loans, and I was literally working 3 jobs just to be able to pay my student loans from just my bachelor's program. Because I was still doing my master's degree. And that wasn't all of my loans. That was just a portion of my loans, because I had multiple loans in different areas, which I highly recommend. This is not financial advice or anything like that. But from personal experience, I recommend that as soon as you can consolidate your loans, consolidate them, because I made the mistake of not doing that. When I finally I always call it my big girl job because it was the job that was in, I guess you could say, the field that I actually studied in and things like that. Once I got that job, once I started having a bigger paycheck roll in and things like that, it did help me get out of the credit card debt that I was in, and it also helped me start paying off more of my student loans. So, and at that point I had fixed my credit, so when I consolidated my student loans, that helped in that situation. And I was able to lower my interest rate and everything like that. So in a sense, in my opinion, money doesn't equal happiness, but money can help in a lot of stressful situations. Because of that debt that I was in, because of the credit card debt that I was in, because of the student loan debt that I was in, there were a lot of things that I could not do because I was working just to pay bills, pretty much. And I did the whole being young and dumb, as I like to say. And I'm not saying that if you're young and if you're spending money frivolously that you're dumb or anything like that, but I spent it a little too frivolously. And I learned my lesson. So I'm not saying that being rich is going to cure you of any mental illness that you have, but that money can help you get the proper help that you need, especially nowadays with inflation and things like that. But before I go off on a tangent on all of these things, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I do think that she will stick with MLMs for a bit, if not forever, because she was successful in It Works for the first 5 years. And I know that I've been saying she was in It Works for 5 years, but it seems like I can math, that she was actually in it for more than that. So I misspoke earlier. But if for the first 5 years of being in an MLM, she was very successful and she said that she misses being rich, I mean, she doesn't really have any reason to lie at this point, because she's also being very open about how she is struggling currently financially. So I don't think she would really have a reason to lie about the amount of money that she was making before. There were certain parts of this video, even though the person was out of line with what they said about, oh, she was just comfortable at It Works and that's why she left. I don't really know what the person was trying to say in that situation, because, oh, you were just comfortable, so you left. I don't know. I feel like if you were comfortable, you wouldn't leave. But that is all that I have for you guys today. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. This is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye!